Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Maggie.
So it started as a regular day. As you often do, you were out spearfishing for tuna. Suddenly, Ryan starts calling for help. What happened, Ryan?
Well, it had been a great day. We'd been in the Gulf for 4 days, and we were pretty much finished spearfishing. We had great fish on the boat already. I was wrapping things up, and I turned around, there's a pair of squid. They're beautiful, these red squid. I started filming. I guess I drifted away from the guys. I got this feeling, and it sounds hokey, but I just knew something was there. I turned around, huge shark.
12-foot shark staring you in the face. You had come across sharks before. Did you have reason to think this time it might be different?
Well, we all dive with sharks every time we go spearfishing. It's part of the game. But this one was different, and tiger sharks are unique in that they just rove the open oceans. And my first reaction was, wow, it's beautiful. My second reaction was, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
So
and
I
here
pressed
you
record.
are, just with a camera, because you're documenting this for a commercial. You had no spear gun, no way to defend yourself. Luckily, you two found out that he was in trouble. You came running back, swimming back. What did you do, Craig?
Well, I was busy trying to clear some gear, passing it up to the boat to a friend of ours who was actually running the boat at the time. And, I just heard something, and I looked up at the friend who I was handing the gear to, and we kind of made eye contact, and he looked up. He said, "Oh my God, get over there right now." And so I turned and I grabbed my gun, started swimming towards Ryan. I didn't know what I was going to find when I got there. I didn't know if, I didn't know what kind of situation I was getting into.
What did you find?
Found the shark coming back in, Ryan there with his camera, kind of all alone and isolated. And so he couldn't do anything else. So I got in between them and just tried to watch the shark as long as I could. And
watch it to see if it would just go away before you had to do anything.
Yes, absolutely.
Because sometimes they'll do that if you...
Absolutely.
Tiger sharks are really curious animals. They're investigating everything that they run across in the open ocean just to see if it's a potential food source. So, hopefully the shark gets curious, checks it out, and leaves. And it's not an adult shark. 12 foot. It's still a young shark. So you're hoping it would leave.
Didn't leave, and what did you have to do to fight it, Craig?
Well, it got to the point where it was just getting more and more aggressive, and then I had to pull the trigger and shoot the shark, and then we had it on. Some of the footage that you're looking at right now is footage that happened after I'd shot the shark and had done my best to retrieve it as quickly as possible. And I realized after a good long while that shooting it with metal spears was not going to end the battle as quickly as possible.
This shark kept coming back no matter how many times you shot it, right?
It basically had made a good strong run away after I initially shot it, but what happened was, it was wounded and it was going to die. And for us, it was very important to end that.
In other words, not leave it in the water.
Exactly.
Suffering.
Do it as humanely as possible. Get it in. Go ahead and finish the job, and then move on with it.
But that's risking your own life, because you were down there for 2 hours with a snorkel. You had to come up for air in between the battle.
Sure, absolutely. I wish I could hold my breath for 2 hours.
But I mean, how did you juggle that?
We're used to doing that with tuna. I mean, when we shoot big tuna, it's a lot of times it takes a long time to get them in. It's not just a quick, easy, pull the trigger, throw the fish in the boat. I mean, there's a process and a method to what we do.
What did it feel like to be that close to the tiger shark, literally in combat with it?
It was, anytime you're in the water with an animal of that size and magnitude, it's just unbelievable. I mean, just that's one of the reasons that we love diving so much, is that we get to be in the water and spend time with magnificent creatures like this. And it was really remorseful. Here was this beautiful creature that wasn't gonna live. It wasn't gonna spend another day being a shark in the ocean. And that's when it started to really feel like it wasn't a good experience.
Yeah.
It was something that didn't feel that great.
What did you do when you got back up on the boat with the shark?
Well, we weren't sure what to do, but as spear fishermen, we only take what we eat.
Right.
We don't do it for sport, we do it to put food on the table. So out of respect to the fish, we each cut off a bite of flesh and ate it sashimi style. It wasn't very good.
Terrible.
But that was the little bit that we felt we could do, at least to pay respect, pay homage, and
Honor the fish.
it was a quiet boat ride home.
Yeah, it was definitely it was a weird end of the trip because none of us ever, all of us have been diving for over 20 years. None of us had ever had an encounter like this with sharks. We've been diving with sharks our whole lives. And so to have an encounter like that with such a magnificent animal go that bad,
Yeah.
definitely it leaves an impression.
Do you have girlfriends or wives who were very extra happy to see you when you got home?
I have a 15-month-old little baby, so I was pretty glad that Craig made the decision he did, so I get to watch him grow up, potentially. You never know the outcome in a situation like that. You can always go back and say what would have happened, what could have happened, but...
Yeah.
My mom's used to this kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I think probably everyone who knows us and is close to us probably has gotten used to the kind of shenanigans that we pull. So
Wow.
while this one was obviously very different, they were
They're
glad to
happy.
see us come home.